Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 48 of TNC, where we are kicking things off with a first time encounter. Ken Killstrom back in action here on TNC after picking up the win 2 weeks ago in his return match. Looking to make it 2-0 now that he's aligned himself with Pete Brents. And he'll be going one-on-one with the former TNC World Champion in Zyler Glass. Like I said, a first time encounter between Killstrom and Glass. Surprising to say the least, considering how big of stars these two are. We finally get to see them go at it one-on-one here. Zyler Glass certainly not one to mince words. Had a lot on his mind last episode, attacking Austin Dallas and basically putting Brent and his Death Spirits on notice, on his shit list. And now he gets to get his hands on one of them tonight in Ken Killstrom. We'll see how Zyler can fare against a very game Ken Killstrom. Zyler looking to get back his TNC World Championship, become a two-time champion, and end the third title reign of Brent. Ken and Zyler set to go in our opening match of episode 48, and there's the bell, and Zyler out the gates quickly with an elbow and a stomp to the arm, already trying to disarm the kill shot. But Ken back up to his feet here, but Zyler still on the offensive, but not for long. Is Kent with a roll through into a cover here on Zyler. And a kick out of one. And now Kent from the top rope, able to hit the cutter. And now Kent with a knee to the back of the head. And now hoisting Zyler up for that brain buster. And Zyler retreating to the apron. But Kent right there to meet him. And Kent now over the top. DDT on the apron. And now Kent wrenching at the knees of Zyler Glass. And Zyler back up to his feet, but Kent still on the attack, now tossing Zyler back into the ring. No emotion from Kent. Able to duck that clothesline, and now Kent and Zyler will lock up in the ring. Brent's tossing a kendo stick, trying to gain any upper hand he can for Ken Killstrom, as Zyler has him in a headlock here. And Kent just getting tossed toward the ropes. And now Kent sent off the ropes. Zyler with a Snapdragon suplex. And now Zyler making his way up to the top. Looking for the elbow, but Kent able to get out of the way. And Kent firing up. Maybe sees the end of this match in sight. Zyler placed on the top rope. Kent hoisting Zyler up. But Zyler able to get a couple shots in and get off the shoulders of Kent. Kent still on the offensive with that elbow to the arm. And now Zyler brought up to a knee. Kent off the ropes, went for the big lariat, but Zyler able to avoid. And now Kent off the ropes. Zyler hits the swinging neck breaker. And now Zyler into the cover here and a kick out of one by Kent. And now Kent brought up to his feet. Zyler hoisting Kent up, but Kent with repeated shots as he was being hoisted up. And now these two are going to start trading blows in the middle of the ring. Going chop for chop. Big overhand right by Kent, startling Zyler Glass. Another chop by Kent. Big slap by Glass. And now a block by Zyler. And Zyler's starting to take control here. And now a block by Kent, starting to reel this one back. And now it breaks out into a hockey fight. And it's going to be Kent Killstrom coming out on top. Can Kent take advantage? As Killstrom hits his own swinging neck breaker. Kick to the gut. Glass hoisted up. Going for the attitude adjustment, but again, Zyler able to counter. And Zyler may have been thinking Sister Glassigal there, but Kent countered as well. Zyler now into a cover here. 2 and a kick out. Zyler just raking the boot across the face of Kent. And now Zyler up to the top rope. Waiting for Kent to reach his feet. Now going to tightrope walk into a drop kick, but Zyler could not connect. And now Kent bringing Zyler up to his feet. Trying to drag him over to the corner. Face first, he goes into the turnbuckle. And now Kent up to the top rope. Kent, stomp from the top. Into the cover he goes. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Glass. And Kent immediately back to the arm. Now Kent through the middle rope, eats a clothesline by Zyler. And now Glass just stomping away at the chest of Kent. Zyler, middle rope clothesline, connecting. And now Brent's starting to jaw at Zyler Glass, trying to buy a distraction for Kent Killstrom. And it seems to be working. Now both men finally back in the ring, and Kent gets dropped with an uppercut. And now from the top rope, Glass went for the cunt stomp, nobody home. And now it's Ken up to the top. Zyler to his feet, elbow hits. And now Ken from the apron. Has other plans though. Back into the ring. Big clothesline by Zyler. But a kick to the face by Ken. And now an arm drag into another cover here by Ken. Could this do it too? And a kick out at 2.5. And another elbow by Zyler. And another. Just laying it into the chest of Ken Killstrom. His Glass up to the top rope. Lands the big clothesline from the top. And again, Brent's getting himself involved. Jawing at Zyler Glass again here. Proven to be a difference maker on the outside for Ken Killstrom. And Zyler not able to connect on that boot. Glass hoisted up for the burning hammer. And Kent into the cover. 1, 2, 3.
Someone needs to learn when to keep his mouth shut before they're left in a pile of their own blood. You are the man of many minds, Zyler, but you are also a man of many failures that you don't think don't haunt you, but deep down, you can't let them go. So allow me to be the one to send each of those minds of yours to the grave where they belong, because by the time we're through with you, you'll only be known as the man of many regrets.
Okay. Did not expect that. But I guess now we will move on to our Women's Championship rematch. Olivia Harnage wasting no time, enacting her rematch clause after losing the title last week to SJ Ray. And so Olivia Harnage could make some history here and become the first woman to be a 3-time women's champion. But of course she'd have to do what nobody else has done before in TNC, and that is pin or submit SJ Ray. She almost got the job done last week. And can she get it done tonight? That is going to be the ultimate question for Olivia Harnage, is can she get it done? There you see SJ Ray with the Women's Championship. Already set to defend it for the first time. No time to rest if you're SJ Ray. Been working an insane schedule across both TNC and BCW of late. And so far that's culminated in a couple championships. But with all that wear and tear on her body, it could result in one of those championships being taken from her just as quickly as she won it. course, Ashley Ray also Silver Swan champion over in BCW. Only been pinned 4 times throughout the history of BCW. Still is yet to be pinned inside of a TNC ring. Trying to keep it that way here tonight and hold on to that women's championship.
Introducing the challenger from Scarsdale, New York, Olivia Carnage. And her opponent from San Jose, California, the women's champion, S.J. Ray.
SJ Ray handing off that women's championship. Harnage looking to become a 3-time women's champion. Stakes do not get any higher, as both women are set to go in this women's championship match. And there's the bell. And SJ Ray coming out strong with a big knee, but Harnage staying on her feet. And Harnage firing back with a bunch of lefts and rights. And now they'll lock up. And SJ Ray pushing Harnage into the ropes. And the ref there to break it up. Big forearm by Harnage and another lockup between Harnage and Ray. And again, it's SJ Ray overpowering Olivia Harnage into the ropes. And again, the ref gonna have to break them up. And now Ray with the leg of Harnage all tangled up. Harnage able to reverse that springboard cross body. And now a third tie-up here between Harnage and Ray. And now Harnage with that waistlock applied. Not letting SJ Ray get out of it. And now Harnage wrestling SJ Ray down to the mat. SJ Ray to her feet. And Ray face first into the turnbuckle. And again. Ray able to catch the boot of Harnage. And now SJ Ray into the corner with speed with a big forearm. And SJ Ray landing that super kick. And now a German suplex. And a big knee there by SJ Ray. Comes back with another. And a third. But Harnage quickly back into the ring. And Harnage with repeated knees of her own. And Ray quickly back up to her feet. Big counter there by Harnage. And over the top rope, Harnage able to land that kick and the double axe handle. And SJ Ray on the apron now. And now making her way back into the ring. Off the ropes, big drop kick by Harnage. As Harnage working on the ankle of the women's champion. Now into the corner. Scoop slam by Harnage. And Harnage from the middle rope. Went for the code breaker, but SJ Ray able to avoid. And now SJ Ray sent to the apron. And Harnage gonna start beating out the chest of the women's champion. And SJ Ray falling all the way to the floor. Knee first into the floor. And Olivia Harnage has all the confidence in the world as she takes out SJ Ray. But Ray coming right back with that big knee strike. And now Ray with repeated kicks to the back. But Harnage able to catch SJ Ray, landing a big knee strike of her own. The count continuing on the outside. Up to 6. SJ Ray now going to reset the count. Stun Dog Millionaire on the outside. And now Harnage tossed back into the ring. SJ Ray to the top rope. But Harnage a little too far for SJ Ray, and she knew it. So SJ Ray changing course, and it looks to be a smart decision as she goes into the cover, but an immediate kick out by the challenger. And SJ Ray with repeated headbutts. Now both arms hooked, another German suplex. Harnage still fighting back here. And there's a clothesline. As Harnage now thinking Harnage collapse. Can she hit it? She's got SJ Ray set up and hits the Harnage collapse. And Harnage into the cover to regain her championship and a kick out of 2. SJ Ray now tearing up the knees. And now Harnage sent into the corner. Turn around. Ray setting up Harnage for that super kick. Harnage able to kick SJ Ray away. And went for the knee to the face, but SJ Ray able to avoid and land that Pele kick. Harnage sent into the steps. Big forearm there by SJ Ray. And now Ray trying to drag Harnage back to the ring. Harnage being brought up to her feet. Super kick connects. And Ray into the cover to retain and a kick out of 2. But Harnage possibly catching Ray with a roll up here. 1, 2, and a kick out. Harnage with a lion salt. Ray up to her feet. Harnage thinking a second Harnage collapse. She connects. And SJ Ray being dragged to the middle of the ring. Will this do it? Can she put SJ Ray away? 2 and 3. And we have a new women's champion again. As Olivia Harnage becomes the first ever 3-time TNC Women's Champion. Ending the reign of SJ Ray at just 1 episode. Certainly underwhelming if you're SJ Ray. But that has got to feel really good if you're Olivia Harnage. Finally getting that monkey off her back in terms of SJ Ray. And to be able to do it with the belt on the line. That second Harnage collapse, sealing the deal. To become a 3-time women's champion. Congratulations are in order for the history maker, Olivia Harnage, 3-time TNC Women's Champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Coalition from New York, weighing in at 220 pounds,
Tyler Vincent and Kez Phoenix both set to go one-on-one against members of Jet Set here tonight, back-to-back matches. And first up, it'll be Tyler Vincent going one-on-one with Diego Vega.
and his opponent, representing the Assassins from Glendale, Arizona, weighing in at 198 pounds, Diego.
Of course, both of these men more of tag team wrestlers. Will get to show off their prowess in singles competition here tonight. Out of the 4 men, Kez Phoenix definitely the most experience in one-on-one competition, having won the TNC World Championship previously. But Diego Vega out the gate strong with a big knee on Tyler. Vega looking to take control quickly. But Tyler getting that boot up into the face of Vega. And Vega was tied up on the ropes, but able to get out and back into the middle of the ring. And hoisting up Tyler for an angle slam. But again, Tyler getting that boot up. And now Tyler stomping at the hand of Vega and the arm. Now with both arms trapped, Tyler clubbing blows to the neck. And now just ragdolling Diego Vega, trying to further damage that neck. Vega now back to his feet. And sent off the ropes by Tyler. As he'll duck under and land that big knee to the gut. And Tyler now into the cover here on Vega. And a kick out of 1. And now Vega back onto his feet. Hoisting Tyler up, but Tyler able to counter into that inverse DDT. Now Tyler lining up Vega from the corner. Tyler bringing Vega over to the ropes. Much like where he was before. And Vega's sent all the way to the outside, but it doesn't look like Tyler Vincent's done there. Tyler off the ropes. Suicide dive, taking out Diego Vega. But Vega right back in it. Trying to send Tyler off the steps. Instead, just sending him across the outside. As both men now back into the ring. Springboard crossbody connecting from Diego Vega. And now Vega into the cover here on Tyler, but only a kick out of 1. There's a drop kick by Vega. Vega now starting to find some offense. Now with a drop kick to the back. Vega, Russian leg sweep. And now Diego Vega making his way up to the top rope. But Tyler able to chuck him off. And now a clothesline by Tyler. Second clothesline. Now Tyler off the ropes with speed. Bulldog out of the corner. But Vega catching him with a roll up here. Could he get him 1? No. Vega connecting with that lion salt. Into the cover again on Tyler. And another kick out of 1. Vega, German suplex out of the corner. Now off the ropes, big drop kick from Vega. Trying to follow up, but Tyler able to get those elbows in. Big slam there by Vega. And now he'll make his way up to the second rope. Hit a shooting star press from the second rope into the cover, and another kick out of 1. And now from the top, Tyler Vincent might be dead after that 630. Into the cover from Vega. 1, 2, and Tyler Vincent is not dead. Now they're going to start trading blows. Tyler with a block. Another chop by Tyler. Vega asking for more. Another slap by Tyler. Another block. And this has been all Tyler Vincent. Vega finally getting one in. But it's not going to be enough. As he's dropped to the mat, and Tyler looking to take control. Face first into the center of the mat he goes. And now Tyler up to the top. And now Diego Vega might be dead. Tyler Vincent landing that black arrow. And now arms hooked. Future shock. 1, 2. And Vega kicks out. Are you kidding me? And Tyler right back to the well. A second future shock. And surely this will do it. And it does. Great back and forth match between these two. But in the end, it's Tyler Vincent who comes out on top. Tyler really brought it all out in this match. Certainly had the upper hand in experience in one-on-one competition. And it certainly benefited him in this match. And now we're going to see how both of their partners fare when we see Kez Phoenix go one-on-one with Tyrone Chase immediately after this match. Chase certainly looking to avenge his tag partner against Kez. And Kez looking to keep the momentum going for himself and Tyler. As for Tyler, that second future shock, I didn't think it was just going to be necessary, but Vega kicking out of that first one.
Here is your winner, Tyler Vega.
Very surprising, but that second one sealed the deal. Tyler clearly wearing those battle scars from that match with Diego Vega. And now we get to see how their tag partners fare.
The follower is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Coalition from New York, weighing in at 228 pounds, the unpredictable Kid Freeman.
First one-on-one match, I believe, since Kez was abandoned by the Cunt Riders. Looking to make it a good one here against Tyrone Chase.
And his opponent, representing the Assassins from New York, weighing in at 197 pounds, Tyson Chase.
Tyrone Chase definitely has a little more experience in one-on-one action than his tag partner, but certainly not to the extent of a Kez Phoenix. So again, this will play into the hands of Kez, but we know Tyrone Chase is no slouch, and he can put up a good fight one-on-one. We'll see how these two fare. As there's the bell. Both men coming out the gates flying, but it's Kez Phoenix able to connect with that clothesline. And Kez went for the cannonball off the bottom rope. Not enough airtime. And now Tyrone Chase not able to connect. Kez now hoisting up Chase. Planting him in the corner. Kaz with that swinging neck breaker. Trying to keep the high flyer grounded. And hits that Lionsault to the back of Tyrone Chase. Now off the ropes. Went for that shin to the face. Didn't connect, but that super kick from Chase connected. There's another super kick from Chase. And Kaz barely able to get up to his feet already. And now Kaz off the ropes with that sliding drop kick. And now Kaz with a big moonsault from the top rope. Now chasing off the ropes. Kaz ducking under. And again. And Kaz with a hip toss into a neck breaker. And there's a big knee strike by Kaz. Falling into the cover. 1 and a kick out. And now Kaz with the repeated kicks to the back. And Kaz now making his way up to the top rope. And Kaz went for the frog splash, but nobody home. And that's going to open the door for Tyrone Chase to get back in this match. And that might just do it. 1, 2, and a kick out. And Chase with a code breaker. And into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out again by Kaz. And Chase, springboard crossbody halfway across the ring. And a Lionsault to follow up. And went for the standing shooting star. But Kaz able to get the knees up. And now it's chasing off the ropes. Kaz ducking under again and again. And Kaz lands the Pele kick. And now it's Kaz looking for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Chase. Kaz lands a big kick there and another kick to the back of the head, forcing this match to the outside. And Chase going face first into the apron. And now Kaz sending Tyrone Chase back into the ring. And now Kaz, Anaconda Vice, locked in on Tyrone Chase, middle of the ring. He's not able to reach the bottom rope. Is Chase going to tap? No. Kaz letting go of the hold. And that's going to open the door for Chase. Big clothesline. Chase, springboard clothesline to Kaz. And went for the Lionsault, could not hit it. This time able to hit it. And now Chase quickly to the top rope. Hits the 630. And into the cover on Kaz. 1, 2, and a kick out by Kaz. And Kaz brought up to his feet. Chase hoisting Kaz up, but Kaz able to escape. And now Chase doing the same thing. Able to chop at the back of the knee. And Kaz retreating to the corner now. And Chase now with speed. Spear into the corner. And another springboard clothesline. And Chase into the cover again. 1, 2, 3. He got him. So Kez and Tyler will split with Jet Set here. On episode 48. Tyler able to get the win over Diego Vega and Tyrone Chase, pulling out what many would consider an upset over the former TNC World Champion Kez Phoenix. And we'll see where it goes from here. Because you gotta wonder if there's a best of between these two teams coming in the future. Or maybe even a number one contenders match to face the Titans for the belts. That's certainly a big win if you're Tyrone Chase. It's definitely a demoralizing loss if you're Kez Phoenix. Now we move on. Oh, we were supposed to move on to our second women's match of the night, but in the back, Seth Ross attacking the Assassin. Seth sending Kennedy into that tire. And just stomping the life out of Kennedy. And Seth just continuing this onslaught onto the Assassin. God knows what has gotten into Seth these past few weeks. First with Kato Takahashi, and now seemingly with the assassinating Kennedy. Feels like Seth has a bone to pick with everybody recently.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from San Juan, Puerto Rico, Selena.
And now we can officially move on to our second women's match of the night, featuring the first woman to become a multi-time TNC Women's Champion, that being Selena. She'll be going one-on-one against Ashley Sharp here tonight. Have not seen much of Selena on TNC as of recently. Has been making waves in recent weeks over in BCW, aligning herself with Nico Chambers. An interesting pairing considering their history in the early days of TNC. We'll see how that progresses. Like I said, Selena going one-on-one with Ashley Sharp, another former women's champion, though not a multi-time women's champion like Selena. Sharp, of course, winning her championship back in the Elimination Chamber before losing it to Olivia Harnage at Clash of the Titans 2. And now both of these women looking to find their way back into the title picture. Sharp, of course, had a rematch clause, but instead earned her way back into that title picture, getting a rematch against Harnage, but fell well short. Now trying to earn her way back again. Both these women set to go. And there's the bell. Here we go. And Sharp using her size advantage early here. But Selena with those elbows to the head. And now the enziguri. Now Selena with repeated knees to the groin. But Sharp quickly up to her feet and whipping Selena into the mat. And now Selena Russian leg sweep. And repeated rights to Ashley Sharp. But Sharp with a headbutt knocking Selena down. And now with control of the arm, stomping at the hand. And now trying to go after the legs, but Selena able to catch her with another enziguri. Now off the ropes. Sharp able to counter. And already these women gonna start trading blows. Chop there by Sharp. Selena asking for another, and she gets another. And there's a block by Selena. And a slap. And now a chop by Sharp. Slap by Selena. Another chop by Sharp. And now it breaks out into a hockey fight. Both women coming out basically the same. But Selena with a couple of clotheslines and a drop kick to Sharp. Selena able to catch the leg of Ashley Sharp, followed by a kick to the chest. And now Selena off the ropes, able to counter Ashley Sharp there. But now it's Sharp with a clothesline. And another clothesline. And a third. And Selena stumbling to the corner. And Sharp going after the lower body of Selena. But Selena able to hit a neck breaker on Ashley Sharp. Sharp able to counter Selena there. She was trying to finish off Sharp. But Selena still not done. Hoisting Sharp up for a power bomb in the middle of the ring. And now Selena making her way up to the top. Not able to hit the drop kick. And this could be the opening that Ashley Sharp needs. Planting Selena, middle of the ring. Into the cover she goes. 1, 2, and a kick out. Now hoisted up again, but this time Selena able to counter. And now Sharp sent off the ropes. Big kick to the chest by Selena. And she goes into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Selena now. Arms hooked. Backbreaker. And now into the corner. Double knees from Selena. And now another neck breaker. And Selena thinking about putting an end to Ashley Sharp. Crab walking basically halfway across the ring. Into the Sister Abigail. And that could do it. 1, 2. And Sharp kicks out at 2.5. But Selena not done. Leg drop from the top. And into the cover again. 1, 2, 3. A well-earned victory for the former two-time TNC Women's Champion. As she gets off on the right foot here. And as for Ashley Sharp, it's back to the drawing board. Could not get the job done against a fellow former women's champ. However, she has still pocketed that rematch clause. So I wonder if she'll use that anytime soon. But for tonight, it's a well-earned victory for Selena. That leg drop off the top, sealing the deal. And we'll see if she can build some momentum and ride that towards a potential third title reign, potentially challenging Olivia Harnage in the near future. Already making waves in BCW, looking to make even more in TNC. Like I said, that leg drop, putting the nail in the coffin for Ashley Sharp.
Here is your winner,
Selena walking away victorious here on episode 48. But ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our main event. And a main event with plenty of history behind it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 215 pounds.
Owen Spade coming off his title loss to Cole Crimson. Right back on the saddle here tonight on episode 48 in the main event. This time going one-on-one with a different champion, a different new champion in King Zero, who captured the RHW Memorial Championship off of Jace Gold. Of course, these two have plenty of history when it came to the All-Star Championship. King Zero knocking out Owen Spade in the All-Star Championship tournament back in December of 2024 on his way to become the inaugural All-Star Champion. Spade still looking to get his pound of flesh. King Zero, throughout this company's history, has had Owen Spade's number. And so that's got to be weighing heavily on the mind of both men heading into this match, but more so on the mind of Owen Spade. It's that proverbial monkey that he just has not been able to get off his back yet. And we'll see if tonight's the night that he can actually pull it off and get the win. King Zero, of course, trying to keep his streak against Owen Spade going. It's both men set to go in our main event of episode 48. And there's the bell. Here we go. Spade trying to come out the gate strong with the knee, but King Zero able to avoid. And now we'll tie up. And King Zero pushing Spade back into the corner. And the ref there to break it up. And now Spade knocked back into the corner by King Zero. And from the middle rope, the enziguri lands. And Spade back up to his feet, and another tie up here between King Zero and Owen Spade. And again, Spade pushed back, this time into the ropes. And now a third tie-up between these two. Waistlock applied by King Zero. 3 for 3 on the upper hand in these tie-ups, but Spade quickly able to turn this one around. Spade wrenching that side headlock. Now back up to his feet. King Zero able to turn this one around into a side headlock of his own. If you can call it that. More so wrenching at the chin of Owen Spade. But Spade, now with control of the arm, turning this into a hammerlock. King Zero nearly forced now down to a knee. And back up. Spade keeping the pressure applied, now forcing King Zero down to the mat. And Spade now lining up for the super kick. Spade through the middle rope, went for the spear, but nobody home. And a big forearm by King Zero, and he's quickly into the cover here on Spade. And a kick out of 1. And both these men quickly to the outside. And Spade tossed into the barricade. As the count begins. Spade able to reverse. And now sending King Zero into the steps. And Spade lining up King Zero for that knee to the chest. And now Spade, top rope. King Zero laid out on the outside. Spade able to hit the 450. And King Zero tossed back into the middle of the ring. Able to block that kick from Spade. But not that one. As now King Zero dragged to the corner, face first off the turnbuckle. And Spade now with speed back into the corner, but gets caught. As King Zero went for the cutter from the middle rope, but nobody home. And Spade just clubbing at the neck of King Zero. Now off the rope, springboard dropkick connects. And Spade looking for another cover here to put the Memorial Champ away, and a kick out of 1. Spade hoisting up King Zero, thinking GTH, instead gets caught with the Black Mass. And now the King Cutter. And Spade is busted open into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by Spade. King Zero from the apron now. Springboard clothesline, able to catch enough of Owen Spade. And now to the top rope, able to connect on the splash. But Spade quickly back to his feet, landing a couple forearms. And now the Pele kick. And Spade into another cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by King Zero. And Spade now quickly moving toward the stomp. And again into the cover. 1, 2, kick out at 2.5. King Zero trying to get back up to his feet. Spade trying not to waste any time. Hurricane Rana from Spade as King Zero crawls to the corner. And Spade meets him with a drop kick. And again being dragged toward the middle of the ring. Spade thinking sharpshooter, and he's got it locked in. Sharpshooter applied. Can King Zero escape? Spade just letting go. And Spade thinking a second stomp, and he connects. 1, 2, 3. And Spade finally gets his win over King Zero. And we'll see maybe Spade in line for an RHW Memorial title match. Maybe he'll get his shot after all. Maybe it just won't be against Jace Gold. Maybe he'll take it from King Zero himself. As we all know, Owen Spade and Jace Gold going to be battling it out for the BCW World Championship. And had Jace Gold retained against King Zero, would have been for the RHW Memorial title as well. But Spade clearly taking things into his own hands here. In the future, the RHW Memorial title just got a little bit more interesting. But that will do it for episode 48. We will see you all next week for episode number 49 of TNC.